Never in the history of this country has the calls for a president to leave office been so loud like it is in the era of the current president, William Samoei Ruto. In all the corners of the country, when you listen carefully, during events or at events, you will realize that the calls for William Ruto to leave office is so loud. Ruto must go, Ruto must go. People have been wondering what exactly is happening, with others trying to allege that there is a plan against a challenging president, because some people are saying that during the Moi era, there were calls for Moi to leave office, including even attempted coup. We all know what happened. During those times, we were under the old constitution. Those people are also saying, the proponents of this argument, that during Kenyatta, there were no calls for Kenyatta to leave office. I don't know. I was not there during the Kenyatta era. But I want to speak about the three presidents under the new constitution. Some people are trying to say that William Ruto is not worse than the other presidents, and therefore they don't see the need for the calls for Ruto must go. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, the argument about Ruto Oster has become so prominent that even the military chief talked about it, warning Kenyans that we need to draw a line between the freedom of expression to an extent that we don't plunge the country into some anarchy. The government officials are not left behind. They are discussing this, and people are now saying that they read mischief, that there could be a plan. Someone is planning to place a coup or try to oust Ruto outside the constitution. The chief minister, Musalia Mudavadi, is telling Kenyans that we could be making a lot of noise here, but it is not going to be easy to remove William Ruto from power in 2027. And he's saying that in his own considered opinion, with the period he's been in politics, he knows that William Ruto is not going to be defeated. Can you listen to Mudavadi?
Mimi nasema kama Musalia. Mimi nimekuwa kwa siasa kwa muda mrefu. Na nimechunguza. Na mimi nataka niwaambie itakuwa vigumu sana kumshinda Mheshimiwa William Ruto 2027. Haya maneno yote yakiwa pale ni haki ya watu kuzungumza, lakini nataka niwaambie itakuwa vigumu sana. Wameshikana kwa serikali ya broad based. Ati sasa utaenda huko
Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you listen to Musalia Mudavadi, he belongs to this school of thought that is arguing that William Ruto defeated the deep state when he was just a deputy president. Now we all understand that William Ruto himself was a deep state. He had a captured part of the deep state. Uhuru Kenyatta remained with a shell. But the truth is, William Ruto is the easiest president to remove from power. That is, I'm talking about the constitutional means. But it is not going to be very easy come 2027. And the reason I'm telling you that it's not going to be very easy, in as much as he is the easiest president to remove, it is not going to be very easy. Because removing William Ruto cannot be done by just making noise and complaining. As we speak today, William Ruto is busy preparing for 2027. And therefore, anyone who wants to defeat William Ruto must also prepare the ground. You all know that William Ruto is facing rebellion and rejection because of unfulfilled promises. Kenyans do not want him. But the very, very Kenyans who do not want him must also plan and manage themselves carefully. Look, for example, William Ruto has switched his plan from Mount Kenya that voted for him. So in 2020, in 2022, William Ruto was supported largely by Mount Kenya. He has betrayed them, and now he's busy endearing himself to the Western Kenya. That is Nyanza, the sons and daughters of Mulembe. Raila support was in the coast, and that is what exactly he's doing. And he's busy preparing them. He has given them dockets that they've never held before. Today, you speak to some of the Luos who follow Raila's political ideology, they will tell you that they've never had a minister or a CS of finance since independence. They're saying they've never held the position of an attorney general. You even saw what happened when they ejected Rigathi allies from the parliamentary committees. And so William Ruto is busy doing that because he's preparing for 2027. William Ruto is also courting the Somali community. Just recently, he signed a presidential decree that removed the vetting of the Kenyan Somali community during the process of looking for identification cards. And you've seen videos of the elders in that area elders from that area saying that they will vote for William Samoei Ruto. So he's busy doing something. We all know that William Ruto has come back to the factory settings. He's busy giving money to the church. And the church, some of the clergy, is accepting this kind of bribery. Now, Kenya wako na njaa. So this will be employed in 2027. Kenyans will be bribed. So all this will take place in 2027. And we cannot rule out the possibility of rigging the elections. You all know the history of Kenya. And that's why I'm saying that anyone who feels like defeating William Ruto must also gather his troops very well, because Kenyans are ready to vote out William Samoei Ruto. And you know that there's a lot of political realignments taking place. Yet today, if you ask Kenyans who exactly will take on William Samoei Ruto, they don't know. We have Kalonzo Musyoka there, Martha Karua. Even though Rigathi Gachagua is becoming the face of opposition, he will not contest. If his case remains the way it is, he will not contest. George Natembeya is there. Fred Matiang'i's name is being floated there. But one name will soon surpass all these names, David Maraga. But as it is, we still have a group that is trying to look at who exactly will take on William Samoei Ruto. We do not know. And you can take it to the bank that William Ruto will also sponsor candidates to ensure that votes are divided. Today, David Maraga answered the call to go and take on William Samoei Ruto. And he gave just one simple formula. I want you to listen to David Maraga, and I will tell you why I feel that David Maraga is the right candidate to take on William Samoei Ruto. Because I've seen people who want to contest, they keep on complaining. They complain about the broad-based government, they complain about betrayal, but the only formula, after reading from the book of Lamentation, you need to read from the book of Hope. And this is exactly what David Maraga is saying. David Maraga is urging Kenyans to do the only thing that they need to do to remove William Samoei Ruto. Kindly listen to David Maraga.
Hey CJ, what do you have to tell young people?
Young people, please make sure that you have registered. And when the registration of voters comes, let everyone register. Let everyone register. That is the most important thing I can tell you as of now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nyamisa, what do you think?
I agree with you. Make sure you have your ID and make sure you're registered as a voter.
Exactly.
Register as a voter, as CJ has said.
Thank you. We are praying that they selected fit people, honest people to deliver a free and fair election. We are talking, I told you, we are talking with people. It is at the end of the day, the choice is the people's choice. If you asked me, I will tell you. I mean, I'm the right one. The other one will also say it's the right one. At the end of the day, it is the people who will decide. Just relax. Wait. I mean, in due course, you will make up your mind yourself whether or not I'm a state project. Vile mumeambiwa, vijana waliniuliza nifikirie nisimame alafu tufanye kazi na wao. Wasee wakaniuliza, iko wasee wamekuja wakaniuliza, watu wazima wameniuliza, na vile mambo iko vizuri ni kujadiliana, si ndio? Wale walikuja na tukasema wacha tujadiliane na watu ndio tukienda mbele tunajua ati ya kwamba sio wale peke yao walikuja, hata wengine wako pamoja. Lakini hii ndio ya kwanza, na sababu hapa ndio nyumbani. Tutakuwa na ingine kama hii kabla hatujaamua kabisa kusema hii ndio tunafanya na hii ndio mwelekeo wetu, na yaani kukuja na manifesto. Tumeelewana? Kwa hivyo nataka kuwashukuru sana, tuko pamoja nanyi vile mumenikubalia kutoka hapa. Mumenikubalia. Nataka kuwashukuru sana watoto wetu wale ambao wamefika umri wa kupata kipande. Tafadhali muwaambie wapate kipande. Muwaambie wapate kipande, wakati ya kuandikisha kura ikifika wajiandikishe kila mmoja. Hiyo ndio itasaidia nchi yetu.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me. For those who have followed this channel, I have always said that the only way William Ruto will be defeated is not by complaining around. Yes, we know that things have happened. You've said Raila betrayed us. You've said William Ruto is the worst president in the history of Kenya. But the only way for economic, political, and religious emancipation in this country is to ensure that between now and 2027, we register as voters. We take identification cards. That is the only way. Then come the election day, people must wake up very early in the morning, go online and vote out the Kenya Kwanza regime. And so when I heard David Maraga, the former CJ, telling Kenyans that they need to go out there, register as voters, I thought that is the right man. Because we know that David Maraga carries quite a lot of advantage on his shoulder. In terms of integrity, many believe that David Maraga is a honest man. He has always said that he's never taken a bribe ever since he started working as a civil servant or in the public offices. And when he nullified the election of 2027, many people, he entrenched himself in the hearts of many. He left an indelible mark as someone who did what has never been done before. And so David Maraga comes, even as he says that he's consulting, many people believe in him. I have asked many people, between all the candidates, who exactly do they want? They say David Maraga. But many are also questioning the reason behind David Maraga's, contest. Because some are now saying that maybe he's a state-sponsored candidate. But we all know that youths have tried to gamble here and there. At first, they thought they could carry one of their own in the name of maybe Marco Ure and all those. They have tried Matiang'i. They've tried. They've kept on switching cars, but it seems they have rallied behind David Maraga. David it's like the youth told him, we believe in you, please come. He's been consulting, and finally it seems he's ready for the battle. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying that David Maraga has given Kenyans the formula of defeating William Ruto. It's not some magic. It's never magic. It's about sensitization. And I've always said that instead of complaining, when you meet your friends, when youth meet somewhere, it's good to sing Ruto must go. But even as people sing Ruto must go, you would be shocked that in a crowd of 1,000 people, maybe just 500 have registered as voters, maybe 500 have got identification cards. Half of them are not registered. And I want to tell you that if you want to register the biggest disappointment and the worst disappointment in the history of Kenya, complain and fail to take an identification card. And that's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, we need to sensitize each other. Number two, I have always sung that let us stop this kind of tribal politics, because the government of the day, the forces of darkness will ensure that we are divided along tribal lines. Because what I want us to do now is that we give solutions. And the solution does not lie in complaining. We need to make sure that we have a date with William Ruto, with the Kenya Kwanza government in 2027. But we need to talk about how to do it. Let us stop politicking along tribal lines. That because William Ruto is bad, you feel is bad. But if I am from your tribe and I've been given a docket, have been appointed as a cabinet secretary, then all of a sudden, mimi nimepe kama pamba. It will not help us. And those forces of darkness will be very happy to see us, calling each other names along tribal lines. That's why you've seen some people are even trying to, create mayhem between certain communities. And number three, we need to play politics devoid of bribery. If the government realizes that we accept bribes, I can assure you, some people have always said that they are strong enough, they can take 1,000 shillings from you and they still vote your opponent. I have seen people who change their mind the last minute. And they argue that, all these politicians, once we've elected them, they go their way, we part ways with them, they don't even answer our calls, and they wait for another election year to come and beg us. And therefore they're saying, tunamalizana tu mara moja. Afadhali nichukue yangu, nimpigie kura juu hata huyu mwingine anatudanganya na kishaenda mena. So if we continue taking bribes, we are doomed. If we continue playing politics of tribalism, we are lost. So I want to humbly submit to you that what Maraga said really melted my heart, because it has been my position that if and when we want to remove the Kenya Kwanza regime, we must vote it out. But that can only happen if we register as electorates and we avoid those things that become stumbling blocks during campaigns. I don't know what you think, but do you believe that David Maraga is speaking the language of many? Or do you think we should continue making a lot of noise, complaining without giving solutions? I think Ruto must go song is good for those who want to remove him, but it must not remain there. You must ask yourself, yes, he must go. How? When you answer the question of how, then I can assure you we are home and dry. But if we continue complaining without sensitizing each other, ladies and gentlemen, it will be an exercise in futility. And that's why I'm submitting to you that David Maraga has given the easiest and the simplest and even the cheapest way of removing William Ruto, if at all you feel that William Ruto is not the person to be at the helm of this country. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but that's my take.